Hi Curious, and welcome back. It seems that Dr. Dre is once again making headlines, and just as before, it is not a good thing and revolves around family and money. But this time it has nothing to do with his wife or ex-wife, but rather his daughter, who has made some shocking statements. LaTanya Young has been pretty vocal about not having any contact with her dad for a while now, but things have taken a turn for the worse as news has emerged that the single mother of 4 is homeless and living out of a car, while her father does nothing to help. With an estimated net worth of $820 million, how did he make his money? How many children does the rapper have, and what is his relationship with them? Why has he not spoken with his daughter for 18 years? And could his now ex-wife Nicole Young be to blame for this rift between father and daughter? Stay with us until the very end to find out what has happened to Dre's daughter, but before we continue, don't forget to give us thumbs up and turn on the notifications and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our future videos. Where the famous Dr. Dre is concerned, there's a lot of talk about it, but for the topic of this video, we'll focus on his money for now, and if you would like to know more about him and his career, let us know in the comments below. As a teenager, Dre, whose real name is Andre Romel Young, discovered his knack for music and thus dropped out of school and began working as a DJ at an LA nightclub. It was there that he met up with other upcoming rappers, including Ice Cube, and together they formed a group called N.W.A. and cultivated a new underground genre known as gangsta rap. When tension arose between the members of the group due to financial differences, Dre and Ice Cube left the star of today's video and founded his own label, Death Row Records. Yet another tension between his partner, Young, left the label and founded his next one, Aftermath Entertainment. And it was on that label where many of his biggest stars were signed, such as Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and 50 Cent. And we do have a video about this, which you can check out by clicking on the link above. But for now, stay with us to find out how Dre's business endeavors helped his bank balance grow. So in 2006, after half-jokingly saying that Apple's poor quality earphones were to blame for problems in the music industry, he joined forces with Jimmy Iovine and launched his new audio brand, Beats Electronics, which had soon began to grow and bring in more and more money. And while they're getting closer and closer to beating Apple as the top brand, the company made a bold move in 2014 and acquired Beats Electronics for $3 billion. But despite that sale and all of his other career moves, Dr. Dre isn't a billionaire, but he's still an impressive net worth of about $820 million. And now that we have spoken about money, which in one way or another plays an important part in the news that we're going to tell you later, let's take a look at the artist's family. He became a father at the age of 16 when his former girlfriend, Cassandra Joy Green, gave birth to a son named Curtis. Though, as he told XXL Mag, the boy was raised by his mother and did not know about his famous father until he was 12 and did not meet him until he was 20. But the two are on good terms today, and he followed in his father's footsteps in becoming a rapper under the name of Hood Surgeon. And 2 years after his son's birth, Dr. Dre welcomed a daughter, LaTanya Young, with his ex Lisa Johnson. And according to some publications and Young herself, the artist had 2 more daughters with her mother, LaToya, and Ashley. And it is LaTanya that we will talk about in today's episode, but more on that in a moment. After the end of the relationship with Johnson, he went on to have another son, Andre Young Jr., with Janita Porter. However, in 2008, Andre Jr. passed away after an overdose at the age of 20, as per The Sun. The rapper's family continued growing out of his 9-year relationship with the R&B singer Michelle Toussaint, and he had a son named Marcel who keeps a low profile. But as his mother said in an interview, Dre is a great father and is always there for his son if needed. Now that brings us to Nicole Young, whom he married in 1996. The pair had 2 children together, a son named Truce, and who is 23 and also hopes to have a music career like his father, and Truly, who's 19 and studying film at the University of Southern California. The rapper also has a daughter named Tyra, but not much is known about her as Dre keeps her mother's identity a secret. Tyra is an actress and a producer, and her filmography credits include Take 6 and Ropes of Silicon. So it seems that Dr. Dre has had a big happy family, right? Well, as we mentioned at the very start, that might not be the case, as towards the end of 2020, his daughter LaTanya has revealed that she has not been in touch with her dad for 18 years. She stated that she does not know his personal phone number and that if she ever wanted anything from him, she had to go through his agent, security, or accountant. And speaking with Daily Mail TV, she said, "I hated going through third parties. If I needed him, I'd have to go to the studio and get bombarded and talked by his security. I would have to go through his accountant or his right-hand man. I would never know whether he got my messages. I have never had a direct line to him." And though we're talking about estranged fathers and having previously mentioned Apple, why not check out our previous video about Steve Jobs and straightened daughter Lisa, which you can do so by checking on the link above. But for now, stay with us until the end to find out allegedly why Dre has no relationship with his daughter. His 38-year-old daughter has said that at the time that she desperately wants a relationship with the hip-hop legend and insisted that she doesn't want anything from him except a father-daughter relationship, adding that she is not after money. Speaking with the Daily Mail, she went on to say that she feels displaced by not seeing her father for so long, and she's after closure. What had also shocked people was the fact that she said that her children had never met their grandfather, and they know who he is, listen to his music, and often ask why he doesn't want to see them. But that is an answer that their mother has not been able to give them, but she has her suspicions. And it seems that the mom of four had hoped that Dre's, at the time, ongoing divorce from Nicole could bring them closer together, as it seems that the thought that the reason behind all of this animosity was none other than his ex-wife. And talking about her, LaTanya had said that she was always standoffish and mysterious to her, and it seemed that she never cared to get to know any of them, though it is unclear if she met her half-siblings from Dre's previous relationships or just her sisters. And to back up her words, she claimed that when she was 16, she went with her sisters to her father's house and was turned away by Nicole, who said that her names weren't on the list. But since the security lady knew them, she let them up to the house, and as per Young's own words, it was then that her dad's then-wife turned into Cruella de Vil. In her interview, she talked about how Nicole had opened the door for them, asking what they were doing there, stating that Dre was sleeping and that she could call the police if they didn't leave. But since she stood their ground, she reluctantly got him, and when he came to the door, he allegedly said, "When I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping. I don't care if Jesus is at the door. I'm sleeping." While it seems that LaTanya has tried to blame the lack of a father-daughter relationship on Nicole, many fans of the singer who were outraged by this had pointed out that he's a grown man and that he should have helped his daughter. And thinking that he had his own mind about things, adding to them, it seemed like they were both to blame, especially since there has been no other issues with any of the other children that Dre has from previous relationships, and that is weird, and that is the issue that was only with LaTanya and her sisters, as even she herself said that she feels her father had given up on her and she doesn't know why. Dre's estranged daughter had said that while it was not about the money for her, she was on assistance for a while, which she found embarrassing, and while according to her, Dre offered to help pay her college tuition, which he never did pay for, and or helped her sisters in any way, where her education is concerned, she has been training as a nurse and was set to graduate this year, but she had to do odd jobs in between to keep her family afloat, working as a receptionist and applying for jobs at Amazon and FedEx. But for now, over half a year that the initial interview LaTanya had spoken with the Daily Mail again, it seems that things are getting worse for the single mother, as she has revealed that she is currently homeless and living out of her car. And as per this interview, it turns out that the sisters might actually have been getting some financial aid from him, and such as helping paying rent and even receiving an allowance, but that had stopped as she claimed, and she had not received anything from him in 18 months. The 38-year-old is living out of her car and working as an Uber Eats DoorDash delivery driver, and while her 4 children are staying with her friends. And she works at a warehouse where she earns $15 an hour and has some debts. And now she also fears that losing her rental car, because after moving to California from Las Vegas in search of better work, she can't afford the payments and is worried that it will take it away from her. Another low blow for the mom has been that the finding out that due to her divorce settlement, Nicole Young is set to receive $300,000 a month from her father, adding that it's embarrassing as people look at her and wonder why. Speaking with the publication, she had said that people label her as a millionaire's daughter, so they don't understand why she has to work, adding, "What Nicole has got is what my mom should have got." She had reached out to her father's legal team, but was told that they don't want to help because she had spoken about him in the press, to which she commented that she feels like she's damned if she does and damned if she doesn't. However, some fans had found it suspicious that in her first interview she never mentioned the fact that they were getting financial aid, but all of a sudden that they had it, and it was coincidental that she happened to remember this once she's homeless herself, and that she's old enough to work for herself. Others were quick to defend LaTanya and said that Young said that she and her sisters never received help from their dad, and it might have not necessarily referred to financial aid, and that either way it's weird that people are defending a man who's a millionaire who's letting his daughter and grandkids be homeless rather than help them in one way or another. Right now, not much is known exactly why she has not seen her father for 18 years, given that his other kids have had relationships with Dre, and if there might have been something else that has happened that she or the artist have not disclosed. And as for Dr. Dre, as the moment of this video being made, he has not spoken out about the issue at all. And all the information about LaTanya's relationship had come from her. So curious, what are your thoughts on the situation? Do you think it's strange that the rapper has a relationship with all of his kids, but LaTanya and her sisters? Do you think that Nicole was to blame for that? And do you think that Dr. Dre should help his daughter and her children out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.